So we are done with the weathering. What is weathering? We have three type of weathering, and we are seeing what are the factor affecting the weathering. Now we will see in the release of the pressure, how the release of the pressure affect the weathering. Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, so release of the pressure, how the pressure affect the weathering, not the tension is created in the rock only, not only the tension that creates the rocks only, but because of the temperature, freezing of the water or the crystallites. You have seen the crystal, na? That transparent crystal, round shape or the heart shape or the diamond shape. These are the crystal. The outer layer of the rock, because of these also the temperature, release of the pressure, the temperature also the release of freezing the water, the ice cubes, we can say ice cube also. These are the forms that release the pressure. The outer layer of the rock expect the pressure on the inner layer or the lower layer. How? See, the outer layer of the rock that no, sorry, that release the pressure on the inner layer. See, if we sit on something, if you sit on the chair or the sofa, that is the upper portion. Hara, that is the upper portion. But if you sit on the chair or the sofa, that pressure goes on the down layer or the inner layer. Hara, how the sofa is made? Lots of sponge, lots of sponge or lots of material they fill. And end of the product, what you see, the upper layer, that colorful layer or the colorful sheet on the sofa. Okay, if you sit on that, the pressure it gets, the pressure is get on the inner layer, inner the sponge layer, they get pressure. If you sit, they gets down. If you stand up, you see the circle there, that you see the circle there or the gap there, that is pressure, that pressure has made. Okay, so when this pressure cases to exit, the lower layer or the inner layer get feed from the pressure. Means if you sit on the sofa, the pressure is there, the full of pressure, the body weight, your body weight giving the pressure on the sofa, that affect the inner layer, that affect the inner layer. If you keep a heavy box or heavy something on sofa for a one month, for a 1 month or a 2 month, okay, after 1 month, after 2 months, if you see the sofa get compressed. Earlier the sofa is very spongy, the size is very big, the sponginess is there. After 2 months or 3 months, if you remove that box, the heavy box, if you remove, you're able to see the sofa get compressed, the inner layer get affected. So like that, pressure also do the same role. Upper layer affect the down layer. How? Because of the upper layer giving the pressure on the lower level or the inner of the rock. Yes, now we will see how water affect the layer. So some area experience more. See, the water is very important, play a major role in every sector. Water play a major role in every sector. How? Because see, human survival, the basic need is water. If you see, we have very less water on the earth surface. We have very less water quantity, or we can say quality. Even quantity and quality both are less on the earth surface, because we are polluting the water. Humans are polluting that water, and we get very less quantity of fresh water. Quantity and quality both affected, both hands on hand, they are working hands on hand. If one thing is damaged, another thing also we get less. If water get polluted, then we get less fresh water or pure water. Understood? So water is a very important, that play a very important role in every area. Okay. So some areas rock soak the water. In some area, rock soak the water. How? See, if you see the sand or something stone, the stone are wet. After a heavy rainfall, the stone are wet. After a 2-3 days, if you see that, if you see after 2-3 days, the water get absorbed on the in the stone. If you see after 2-3 days, the water gets absorbed. How it get absorbed? Through the air or through, they have quality that absorb the water. How the sand, if you're pouring the water in the plant, okay, if you're pouring the water in the plant or somewhere, the water get absorbed. The water get absorbed. How they are absorbing? The plant are absorbing that water. The sand are absorbing the water. Even stones are absorbing the water. They are soaking the water in in the in themselves. They are soaking the water. This, the rocks are formed because of the pressure on the algomeritation of the sand particles. So the mud also make the sand particles. So if you see the sand, see earlier it was dry sand. Now, if the heavy rainfall is there, if the heavy rainfall is happening in some area, see earlier it was a dry sand. After rainfall, it get wet, and after 2 or 3 days, if you see, they have make a ball, small balls, or we can say small particles. They get separated from each other, and they club. Some sand get clubbed in a ball or in a different shape. How? Because of the water. And what they are giving? They are giving some mineral. Because of the mineral, they get they get attached to the other sand. And what they did? They make a small cube or small balls. So water pressure, what they did, the particles get the loose or separated from the main rock. While see on the rock, if you see the some dust particle are there or the sands are there. Okay, what if you're going to under, if you're going to some place, if you're going to sea area, near the sea area, if you see the stone are there, Hana, stone are there, what you are doing? You're cleaning that stone. What you're doing? You're cleaning that stone, and after cleaning that stone, you get the real stone, the shape of the stone. You are able to see this is man are doing. Okay, humans are doing. How natural things, how it take place in the nature. The rain is happening. Okay, the rain is happening, and because of the rain, the dust particle are separated from the rock, or the sand get separated from the rock. Both the temperature and the water are the responsible for the, why both the temperature and the water are responsible for that? Answer me in a chat box, everyone. How both temperature and the water responsible for the rocks, for the weathering, sorry, for the weathering. Please write in the chat box, everyone. Temperature are interrelated. How? See, some area temperature is high and some area temperature is low. and that affect the water also, that affect the ocean, that affect the river also. If you see the temperature is if you see the temperature is 40 degree or 45 degree, okay, if you put glass of water outside the window, okay, outside the window at 12 o'clock, within a half an hour you see the water is absorbed. There is an empty glass. Half an hour, after 1 hour, if you see, there is an empty glass. Why? Because temperature is minus 45 and sorry, 45 degree or 50 degree. That's why the water is absorbed in the air. The water is absorbed in the air. In the where the degree or the temperature is minus 2 degree or minus 10 degree. If you see some hill station like Himalaya region or Kulu Manali region, Malali region, Shimla, in that place, Jammu Kashmir, if you keep a full of water of glass outside the window for a night, in a night, so after a morning, in the morning, what will you say? The glass is full of ice. The glass is full of ice. You kept the water of glass, but after 1 hour, after 2 hours, what you see? The glass is full of ice. That affect the temperature, affect the water. That temperature affect the water. How? In some area, because of temperature, the water get absorbed. In some area, temperature is high, the water get frozen. Okay. So next point, temperature cause the contradiction and explain the winding, join the cracks in the rock. How temperature play the role to join the cracks in the rock? If the cracks are there in the rocks, if you see in the stone, there are the cracks. Okay, how the temperature plays role? See, in some area, the temperature is minus 2 degree or minus 10 degree. Okay, the water gets in the rocks in the crack area, the water gets filled in that crack area, and because of the temperature is so low, temperature is minus 10 degree, the water get freeze. What it did, the water get freeze in that area. Understood? The water accumulate and such a wide joint and the big rocks separate from each other, and this is called block dis distinction. Okay, block distinction. So how water, see, temperature and water are interrelated. Okay, the temperature is high, the water is filled in that and it gets separated because of the pressure. In some area, the temperature is minus 10 degree or minus 20 degree, the water gets freeze in that crack area, and what it did, it it release it, what it did, it gets separated, the crack area, it gets separated from that stone. It get, because of the frozen of the ice, it get more frozen, it spread all over that crack, and it's the stone get separated from the real stone. Now we will see the chemical weathering. What is chemical weathering? See, in every weathering, I told water play a major role. Water is very important for the any for the whole life. Earth. In the earth, we require water. Without water, we can't survive. Human can't survive. The basic need is water. See, if we won't get food also, na, if we won't get food also, if we drink the zip of, if we take a 2 zip or 3 zip of water, we will feel relief. If we won't get food, if we drink a glass of water, we are feel okay. I don't want food right now. I'm okay with the water. If I'm not getting a food, let me drink a cup of water or glass of water. Having a water, I'm okay with that. Okay, so water play a major role, or we can say important role in the human's life in the earth. On the earth, water play a major role. Okay, the rock is moisture in many mixed with the many minerals. mineral. See, in the rocks we get many minerals. If you see, the people are taking, they are carrying the rock and they are moving in hilly area. What they are doing? What, see, Tata, Birla, what they did? First, they did the survey. If they are making a bicycle or car, if they are producing, so what they are doing, first of all, they are going and survey where they are going and finding the place where they are serving. They are going the hilly area, top of the mountain, or the where the plants are more, or where the rocks, they find the stones or rocks are there. So what they did, they go and search that place, and they are finding the which rocks is better for manufacturing the building or the car. Okay, they are finding the stone. They are finding the stone, and with the stone, they are seeing which minerals we are getting. In earlier time, what we did in earlier time, what we are doing, we are going and finding the minerals where we are finding. So we are going and seeing the rocks, and through rocks we are finding the minerals. Okay, because in rocks we get so many minerals. If you see the in Mumbai, if you visit in the Mumbai, like uh, if you see the Gateway of India or the Taj Hotel, CST, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus, that is made from the rocks and the stone. That rocks and stone are so, like, it's so important, not important, I can say. It's good quality, and where they are importing from the other country, where they import from the other country, because the quality of the stone is very good. It is very heavy, and it's produced, like they can build a house with that stone. And we, if you see the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus, the maintenance is so good. Why? Because of the rocks, because of the stone. This stone quality is so good, that's why they build that station. And the station is lasts from 20 years or the 30 years, or we can say 50 years. They station are as it is, like that only, because of the stone quality. Okay, the water is a universal. I told you, it's a universal. It dissolves easily in everywhere. Water dissolves easily in everywhere. So when they get heavy rainfall or the chemical weathering occur. See, I told you, in the heavy rainfall area, the water affect differently. In the low rainfall area, water affect differently. The role are different. So these are the reason: oxidation, carbon, and the solution. These are the reason that affect, or the factor that affect the chemical weathering. First, we will see carbonation. Okay, the rainwater travel through the atmosphere before reaching the ground. Why they are telling that rainwater travel to the atmosphere? See, it's coming. Let me draw. This is a cloud. Okay, and people. mm, this is the cloud, and people are staying here. This is the house where the people are staying. Okay, and the water is coming from this way. Rain is coming from this. How the rain is coming? The rain is coming in this way. So this is the part where the atmosphere is there. So it dissolve in the atmosphere. It dissolve in the air. It dissolve in the atmosphere, and some part go to the upward. Some part go directly to the upward. So before reaching the ground, the water, it dissolve in the atmosphere. All of you know everything. The dust particle, where you find the dust particle? that is in the atmosphere. If you see the dust particle, we are saying in the air we have so many dust particles, we can't see that dust particle. Like that, if the rainfall is there, before that it dissolve in the atmosphere, it's surround in the atmosphere, after that it's coming to the surface. After dissolving, after mixing with the atmosphere, afterward it's coming to the surface, it's coming where the people are living, it's coming to the ground. Okay, the carbon dioxide in the air get mixed in the water in this process. So I told you, when the it's coming the carbon dioxide, it's a chemical or something, it's carbon dioxide mixed in the air like dust. How dust is mixed with the air, we can't see the dust particle, but in the air we have tiny particle, we have very tiny particle in the air, and we can, it's a very different to find out the dust particle and even the water also. We can't see the water particle on the air, but it is there in the atmosphere. So this process are called carbon dioxide. The material like a litmus stone get easily dissolved. Litmus stone is a stone in that the easily it dissolve in such acid. So what we call water plus carbon dioxide, what we get, HO2 plus CO2, what we get, H2 plus CO3. Okay, that is your science formula. In science, you have learned this thing now. Carbonic acid. All of you, did you see that formula in science also? Everyone. So, what is oxidation? One more time explaining. What is oxidation? So, in oxidation, what is telling? The water and the oxygen, when the come into the contact with the iron come in the contact with the water and the chemical reaction that take place, and what we are called, that is in the reddish color, and we call as a rust. Take a white cloth, wet white cloth. Okay, first take a white cloth and pour in the water and take it out and keep the needle, 5-10 needle in between the cloth and fold that cloth. And after a day, when the clothes get wet, when the clothes get dry, after a day, when the clothes get dry, take a look, open that cloth and see the needle color. Earlier, the needle color was a silver form, and now if you see the rust taken place, how the rust taken place, because of the it come in the contact with the water. When it come with the contact with the water, the iron oxygen, okay, the reaction, water and the chemical reaction take place. What the chemical reaction in the water take place between the iron and the oxygen. So because of this, the color of the needle gets changed and it get rusted. Now we can't use that needle, so we will, what we do, we throw that needle. Before that, if you see the color, that is in a reddish color, okay, that middle color turn into the reddish color, and what we will say, it is in the rust form. The iron get the rust form.